According to a new report, Donald Trump is actually terrified about the prospect of going to prison when he is sentenced by Judge Juan Marshan on July 11th, 3 days, of course, before the Republican National Convention. Now, before I get into this, let me reiterate the fact that I don't think Donald Trump is actually going to be sentenced to jail. I don't think he's going to be actually behind bars, but the possibility of that does still exist. So it's a non-zero chance that he does go to jail, but it's not a high probability that it happens. Nevertheless, the reality of this appears to be sinking in for Donald Trump, and according to Puck News reporter Tara Palmieri, quote, "The prospect of serving prison time appears to be sinking in more forcefully, and the former and perhaps future president has been peppering friends and aides with specific questions about what that might entail, including, quote, 'What type of jail do you think they'll send me to?'" So Donald Trump is apparently worried that, kind of like his friend Steve Bannon, who we found out earlier this week, is going to go to a bad prison. Trump is just as scared that he will also go to a bad prison, right? He wants to go to Club Fed. He wants to just relax, kick back, and say, you know what, it's not so bad. But Steve Bannon's going to a real jail. He could end up on Rikers. Trump is afraid the same thing may happen to him. But according to CNN legal analyst Eli Honig, he said that doesn't think Trump's going to jail to begin with, but if he did, he's probably going to go to a New York prison like Putnam County Correctional Facility in Carmel. I had a couple of highly sensitive defendant and witness types who were moved up there for safekeeping. As prisons go, it's okay. Nice drive up there. Not that Trump will be driving up there. But what's even funnier is that it's not just that Donald Trump thinks that there's a chance he could be going to jail. Apparently, the entire Republican Party is preparing for the prospect of Donald Trump either being in prison or being under house arrest at Mar-a-Lago for their convention. So what's happening now with the Republican National Committee and the convention that they're putting on in Milwaukee is that they have decided they're going to make this the most high-tech convention ever. Big giant screens up on stage, so they can have somebody appear without actually having to appear. Of course, this is being done assuming Donald Trump is, for some reason, unable to go to Milwaukee, because he's either in jail or in house arrest. And house arrest seems to be the most likely because the Republican National Committee has also been working on setting up a secondary convention stage. And do you know where that secondary convention stage is? None other than Mar-a-Lago. Now, you wouldn't need to do that if you were totally confident that your nominee was going to be able to leave Mar-a-Lago and make it to Milwaukee. But they clearly don't think it's going to happen, so they're spending all of this money to do a makeshift replica of the convention stage at Mar-a-Lago so that they can basically Skype him in, make him look like he's on stage, and project him onto all those big giant screens that they're going to have in the convention. So that's where the RNC is. That's where Donald Trump is. They think that they're going to have to do this via video. But don't worry, it's not going to be wasted money even if he doesn't get house arrest, because what will likely happen is that they will just bring Donald Trump on via satellite, 3 or 4 times before his big speech at the end of the convention. So it'll be all Trump all the time, especially since he now has that big stage right outside of his bedroom. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.